15 things you didn't know about Jeff Bezos. This time, we're looking into the life of the founder of one of the biggest internet giants in the world, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. Former Wall Street executive and Princeton graduate, Jeff Bezos founded Amazon in his garage. He's now worth an incredible $72.3 billion and has undoubtedly changed the way we shop forever. Number 1. The very first book sold on Amazon was shipped from Jeff Bezos' garage. In 1995, the rather long-winded, fluid concepts and creative analogies, computer models of the fundamental mechanisms of thought, became the first book to be bought on Amazon. There were no huge Amazon warehouses back then, so it was packaged and dispatched by Bezos himself. Number 2. He's a really tough boss. Tech startups are assumed to be social, relaxed places, but Amazon is apparently nothing of the sort. Bezos likes an adversarial atmosphere, regularly forwards customer complaints onto his staff with a probing question mark, and has been quoted as saying, "If I hear that idea again, I'm gonna have to kill myself." Number 3. Bezos banned PowerPoint presentations at Amazon team meetings. Instead of a dry presentation where people sit in silence and listen to someone else's interpretation of a topic, all team meetings start with 30 minutes of reading on the topic instead. Everyone has their own individual thoughts, and it encourages critical thinking. Number 4. He graduated from Princeton with highest honors. Bezos' academic career began well. He was his high school's valedictorian and National Merit Scholar. He went on to Princeton to study for a Bachelor's of Science in Engineering, alongside electrical engineering and computer science. As well as graduating with honors, he was elected to Tau Beta Pi, the oldest engineering society in the United States. Number 5. Jeff cares about customer feedback a lot. An elderly customer complained to Amazon that she had to wait for her young nephew to open her Amazon packages for her because the boxes were too tough for her to open. In response, Jeff Bezos had a new design rolled out. Also, in an effort to help staff at all levels understand the buying process, every staff member at Amazon spends 2 days every 2 years working in the customer service department. Even Jeff Bezos himself does it. Number 6. Bezos' original business plan for Amazon didn't predict any profit for 5 years. Bezos outlined a slow growth, which didn't go down well with impatient stockholders. This was during the dot-com bubble, and investors were anxious that it could burst at any time. Amazon turned its first profit in 2001, 6 years after it was launched, and just over the deadline that Bezos set for himself. Interested in another wealthy tech giant's rise to the top? Check out our video about the 15 things you didn't know about Bill Gates. Number 7. He was originally going to name Amazon Cadabra. Cadabra, a shortened version of abracadabra, was chosen by Bezos originally as the name for his book-selling website. When he ran it by his lawyer, it was vetoed because he misheard it as cadaver. Bezos then bought a new domain and considered calling the online company Relentless, but friends told him it sounded too sinister. Amazon.com was finally bought in 1995. Number 8. In Amazon's early days, Bezos and his staff saved money by making desks out of doors. Amazon's first staff would get cheap doors and construct desks from them, encouraged by Jeff Bezos. I guess you have to resort to things like that when you're not expecting to make a profit for 5 years. The company still encourages the practice and hand out a Door Desk Award for really creative, thrifty ideas. Number 9. He's been in talks with Richard Branson to create commercial spacelift opportunities. Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group, has created Virgin Galactic to establish the first commercial space line. Jeff Bezos is interested too, it seems, and has established his own space exploration company, Blue Origin. The pair met recently to discuss their mutual interests, but it could get a little awkward if they go into the topic of why all those Virgin megastores went out of business. Number 10. The house in Seattle that Jeff Bezos founded Amazon from still has an enlarged mailbox. The growing business received so much mail and book catalogs that the normal mailbox just wouldn't do. Bezos bought an extra-large mailbox that could take the weight of all the catalogs he ordered. The house sold in 2009, and the buyer apparently had no idea he owned a piece of internet history. Number 11. When he was a kid, Bezos spent his summers working on his grandparents' farm. Jeff isn't afraid of some good old-fashioned hard manual work, because he got used to it when he was a kid. His grandparents owned a ranch in Texas where they taught the young Bezos how to do farm work and even castrate cattle. He has cited his grandfather as a major influence. Bezos quoted him in a 2010 commencement speech, saying that he taught him it's harder to be kind than clever. Number 12. He founded a summer camp with his girlfriend when he was a teenager. After a very dissatisfying summer working at McDonald's, the teenage Jeff decided there had to be an easier way to make money. The next summer, he established a summer camp called the Dream Institute with his girlfriend, charging attendees $600 each. They taught various books, including Gulliver's Travels, Stranger in a Strange Land, Dune, and Watership Down. Number 13. When Amazon only sold books, Bezos would have to source the item after an order came in. Amazon's founder had no space to store all of his stock in the early days, so he would have to trawl secondhand bookstores and other online retailers to find them and ship them out to the customer. It's a far cry from prime delivery within 60 minutes. Number 14. His first startup job taught him how not to run a company. Jeff Bezos' first job out of Princeton was a startup company called Vital, who were looking for Princeton's best computer science graduates. His job required him to fly between New York and London every week, which Bezos referred to as not the right way to organize a startup company. In an interview with Wired in 1999, he stayed with the company for 2 years and then moved to a job with the Bankers Trust that was much more reliable. Number 15. He wanted a wife who was resourceful. In the same 1999 Wired interview, Bezos discussed his search for his wife, too. His main priority was for someone who was resourceful, because life's too short to hang out with people who aren't resourceful. His search paid off, and he married fellow Amazon employee Mackenzie, who is now a novelist. Jeff Bezos has truly revolutionized the online world and created something that overlaps into our non-digital lives too. His creation has proven to be such a game changer that we couldn't really imagine life without Amazon. Not only that, but Bezos has demonstrated that the path to internet startup success definitely doesn't run smoothly. An important lesson to us all. What could you take from Jeff Bezos' rise to wealth? What kind of business examples has he set in an age where people seem to get instant fame too easily? Oh, you're still here? Well, here's something else that's particularly surprising about Jeff Bezos. His teachers described him as not particularly gifted in leadership when he was at school. He certainly proved them wrong. They evidently didn't know him very well enough because he was apparently talking about space exploration from a very early age. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Roads and up in the clouds, but I've always felt that something's missing.